We're in the backyard here of one of the new projects we've got, but it's overgrown. we can't even get in, so I think we're just going to leave it for today and come back. Welcome guys, we've got another project here in Manchester. We're in Salford, the borough of Salford. We've got a 5-bed HMO conversion. I'm just going to take you around, give you a little demo, a little before shot of what we're going to do with the conversion, how we're going to work it. So the first thing that you're going to see here, if you look around me, is damp. We've got damp absolutely everywhere. You can touch the walls and they're almost wet. Now that damp is coming from outside. What's happening here, you've got the gutters are old wooden gutters, seeping in behind the rendering there, leaking into the walls. The walls are absorbing all of that as well, which is getting on the inside of the house. So we need to K-rend this whole thing, rip it off, new gutters, fix it all up to get rid of the damp. The gutters outside, old wooden gutters, they need to be completely replaced. Old rendering, seeping in behind, and the walls just like, you can hear that's just wet. The wall's just absorbing it, so we need to do a DPC, damp-proof course, along with a complete new plastering throughout. So we knew the property had damp when we got it, but we didn't know to what extent. All the plastering was peeling, and you could see that it needed to have some damp work done. We had a timber and damp survey done, and the extent is quite bad. We have to get a full damp-proof course, DPC, done. We've had that done. We had to also rip up the subfloor here. Rip this whole thing up because it had rising damp coming up from the ground, trying to find some moisture. And then you can see the DPC paneling that's been installed. The plugs have been put on to stop the moisture from coming through. So this is throughout the whole house. You'll see it here as well. There was damp throughout the whole ground floor. So we've had to have the whole thing damp proof installed throughout the whole house. That will deal with the damp now, and then we can start plastering over. So this is going to be our first bedroom. This has to come out here. Old massive chimney breast that's taking up way too much room. Well, see the chimneys are removed, ground floor all the way up into the attic. Now these are the type of things you need to look out for when you're looking for an investment property, when you're going around doing your viewings and whatever else. This here is a sleeper. It's a wooden sleeper, and that's not building regs compliant. It hasn't been signed off, it hasn't got building regs. That there now needs to be replaced by a big piece of steel that will actually support the weight of the house properly. That's going to be about $2,000. If you're not aware of these type of things when you're going in doing a viewing, then that's a big hit to take, not just for yourself if you're looking for yourself, but if you're looking on behalf of an investor, it's never nice to go back and go, there's $2,000 we didn't account for behind me. Here's a wooden beam when it should be steel. That wooden beam is holding up that whole entire wall. And that got picked up in the survey report. Lucky it did, because that's $2,000. So our investor, before purchasing the house, knows straight away that they needed to put aside $2,000 to replace that wooden beam with a steel one. Read your survey report, get good surveyors that pick up stuff like that. Second reception room. This is going to be our big communal space here. Again, rip that out, replaster the whole thing, repaint the whole thing, do it all up. We're going to have to do new rewiring, a new gas system. The radiators here, the pipe work is old. It's going to be old piping. That's not going to be big enough, so we're going to need to replace all that. We're doing en-suites as well, so we're going to need to do new plumbing throughout the whole property. This is the kitchen. The kitchen here is colourful, but it's coming out. We're going to extend this out. We've done it in another project we're doing in Warrington at the moment, where we extend this out here, and then we build a stud wall here, and then we'll put an ensuite in. Now, because we're doing that, we have to rip this wall out. That will mean a steel across there. Again, steels aren't cheap, but it's necessary to create an additional space. Because it's a HMO, we need a fire escape. So we're going to need a fire escape here, a door. Cut all that out. We're going to put a steel across there. That's going to be our fire door escape there. It's a garden there. It's a garden. There's a lot of work to do there, but we're going to rip it out and we're going to have a nice backyard. Here we've got our old kitchen, which is going to be a bit where the ensuite is going to go. We use this attacked it quite a bit to take advantage of the space underneath the stairs. And we've had plans done, architectural drawings by our good friends at HMO. And you can see there, we've also marked it out with a spray paint. Now this is going to be our big master bedroom. She needs some love in here, she needs a lot. You can see across here, where this old cupboard is, that links into the second bedroom there, that goes across the top of the stairs there. So what we can do is bring that ensuite, knock through that wall. We're just going to do a big stud wall across here, and you're going to get 2 ensuites. One for the bedroom over there, and one for this bedroom, and then we're still going to have a pretty good sized space. And upstairs here, you can see all the way down and all the way up. We've got false ceilings here. So what back in the day, for whatever reason, to either keep the heat in, is the ceiling is actually a lot higher, but they built a false ceiling which is lower. So in between that is a huge cavity. We're going to leave that. We're not going to play around with that. We're just going to board straight over the top of that. But these old Victorian ceilings are a lot higher. We've also got a concrete lintel that's being put in here to support the weight of the ceiling. And so that's to be able to do our knock through, because that is going to be bedroom. This is bedroom 3, that's bedroom 4. Now it always works out better as well when we're removing chimney breast. It always works out better to do the whole stack rather than just one level. You can do the whole stack for pretty much the same price. So what we're going to do, as we come up, we'll rip this one out as well and open it up. I'll show you the last 2 bedrooms. So this here is pretty much, well, we've got bedroom 2 there. And then we've got a bathroom there. We're just going to shell this whole thing. We're going to rip this out. That stud, it's a stud wall, so we can just rip that straight out. As we said, that's coming out. We're going to open that out. And then our architects are going to have to get quite creative with how they're going to turn this into 2 rooms. What we're thinking, if you come through, what we're thinking is we're going to cut it in a bit of an angle, and then we're going to cut across there to the doorway. We're going to need a hallway to get to the other bedroom as well, but we're just going to cut it across and then just maximise the total floor space of this area. So this is before. It's ugly, but these are the projects you want because you can add the most value. Not only can we convert it to a 5-bed HMO, but we're going to be able to get a much higher refinance on this property when we're done. So we're going to increase the value of the property and pull a lot of our equity out. Thanks for watching. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. And if you're interested in property deals like this, then get in touch with us today.